and welcome everyone back to another Dwarf Fortress episode. In this episode, I think it is now time to start designating a few stockpiles up here in the workshop level, and start maybe decorating and, so to say, equip the dwarven rooms with beds and those things. Also, I'm going to repair the wall here. There we go. Like that. Okay. So let's see here. These have to be cleared because they are going to be stockpiles, so I don't want these stones here, so the dwarves can please move them out of the way. Then I am also going to go here and I'm going to disable food, I am going to allow furniture, and I think finished goods. Maybe armor and cloth and leather. I'm going to allow that into these two stockpiles here, because as you can see over there to the left, these stockpiles are starting to get quite filled up already, right? It's quite ludicrous, really. So we need to change that a bit so that the dwarves have some place to push all of the things they are creating. Also, the wood is running a bit low, but there's plenty out here, so that's fine. Okay. I said I was going to start in a dwarven room. Alright, let's see here. So, a dwarven room, in order for them to be more or less happy inside of them, they need a bed, they need a coffer in which they can store clothes and other personal items. Other than that, I don't really think they need that much else. They are quite happy. And as I said earlier, they actually like, or maybe not like, but it is actually completely fine to create a 3x1 bedroom for them. They won't be too happy and it won't be too big, but it's a bedroom and it can fit that which they need, so... But enough about that. I'm a very gracious overlord, so I am going to give them these 3x3 rooms, so they won't have to be too, how to say, squished in or something like that. Place all the beds. There we go, like that. Okay, let's see about doors. I do have doors available apparently. 4 doors. It is important to get another noble room up, of course. And then 2 of these are going to get doors. Let's see. Then I need coffins, of course. I need coffins, so that should be container. So H. Coffers. Yes, I have 13 coffers. That should be fine for now. As you could see there, I also have silk bags, I think, and other types of bags. You can place them. Oh, that is not a coffer. I can tell that much, so I'm going to remove them. And let's see now, what was it? It was H, yes. So you have to be a bit careful when you place these so that you don't accidentally place the wrong thing. And, well, you don't need to have these coffers for the dwarves. I believe that if you do not have them, the dwarves will simply store all of their belongings onto the floor. It works. I have done it at some points before I realized that they like having coffers around. But in a pinch, you don't need to create, so to say, coffers for them. They will be able to store their things in their rooms even without them. But it's always nice to give them. Makes them feel appreciated. Alright, so they are going to equip those rooms, and we need more doors, I believe. So they are making wooden barrels and wooden bins. Oh, they are only making them here. Okay, that's interesting. So I'm going to cancel the throne and table. I'm going to move them over here. And this should enable 2 masons to work at the same time. Simply meaning that we double our production. So that's awesome. Needs weaving. Don't I have weaving turned on here? Let's see. Weaving. Where is that? can't see. There it is. No, I don't actually have a weaver. That one. No, not that. No, not that one. This one. Yes, that one. Okay, so commit that and change back. There we go. Okay, so now someone will actually be able to construct that thing. Let's see, what have we got here? Metal smithing, yes, sure. Clothes making, tanning, craft dwarf. They are making charcoal. As you remember, I actually went into the manager thing from, I believe, JM. So here you can see, here's the manager view. This is, as I said earlier, the place where you can order a bulk amount of items to be created. For instance, make charcoal, and then as you can see, they have managed to assign the charcoal job correctly to the wood furnaces who are now making charcoal, which is just nice. Also, those seem to be a bit slow on gem casting. Do I have anyone on that? I do. It's one person, not that much. I think this person can also do it. And maybe... no, that's a plant together. I don't want to disturb them. This guy here. That. Also weapon smithing. Any type of smithing was apparently good, so we're going to give that, and that, that, and that. Good. And then I need clothes making and tanning. There's tanning. Good. Where's clothes making? Here's clothes making. Good. I'm gonna get that to you. There we go. So now they should be able to create, or rather construct these forges and other places, so that we can start creating clothes for our dwarves, because the clothes will decay or, well, tear and so on, and their quality will lower. At the moment, if you, for instance, look at this dwarf here, we can look at his, I believe, inventory by eye. Yes. So right now, this is all that he's wearing. He's wearing a spider silk left glove, for instance, right glove. Cave spider, giant spider silk, that's interesting, they are different. And it's... he's wearing a cap and a hood on his head. It's quite a detailed game. Indeed it is. I think I can expand this? Yes, I can. Yeah, upper body, 3 things on his upper body. Left hand, right hand, gloves and mittens, sure. Why not? So, all of this is going to start to decay eventually, and then you will start seeing these sort of marks at the left and right side of this word, indicating that they are getting torn and ripped and so on because of use. So you will want to have a clothes making industry in place for you to actually be able to create clothes, or you want to be buying from traders and so on. See here, we can also look at his statistics for fun. Thoughts and preferences. Quite susceptible to disease, I saw that. Annoyed at the lack of dining tables, okay. Grouchy when caught in the rain, yeah, that sounds like a dwarf. Content dining in a legendary dining room, that's awesome. Dreams of raising a family. And of course I like this line here, a short sturdy creature fond of drink and industry. That's a dwarf for you, there, right there. So that's good. So he didn't seem to be in too bad a mood, so this dining hall is apparently legendary. That is brilliant. And he apparently wanted more dining tables, so let's give him a few more. There we go. Also I would want more bins, because this is starting to look quite ridiculous over here. Yeah, brewing, how much do I have? Still don't have an accurate count on that. Didn't I assign someone? Expedition leader, manager, let's see here, nobleman. Yes, I did. Oh, I see, I didn't put the highest precision on. That explains it. So now he's going to start and recalculate, because you can actually, as you can see from here, you can choose how precise the dwarf will count. So for instance, he can only precisely count between 77 and 80, or between 777 and 800, and so on and so on and so on. Or maybe that is just a way of averaging or rounding up and down, maybe? I'm actually not quite sure what that means, but I do know that the higher precision, the more work he will have to do, the more time it will take, but the more accurate your counts will be, and that is good and awesome, because then you can track down any item inside of your fortress. So I let him do that. One bed has been created, okay, and that wall is built. Brilliant, meaning I can build another one here. There we go. So while they are hauling these beds, and I can actually place a few more doors, 2 more actually. So I think the next thing to do, they have these stockpiles, they are going to haul a bit. I think that it's basically hauling duty for now, for a moment, and then it is maybe even a few tree chopping, or actually I can designate a few plants to be gathered. That's nothing, let's do that, there we go, and chop down a few trees just so we have enough wood in case of an invasion or something like that. I mean, invasions should not strike before you are at about 50 dwarves. That's usually when they come. But I could be wrong, they could come earlier, they could come later, I don't know. But nevertheless, it is very, very good to have wood in storage. Also, seeing these blocks remind me, the dwarves don't normally need water to drink, because they will drink alcohol whenever available. And if there's no alcohol, they will get grumpy. They will drink water, so they won't die of thirst or anything like that, but they will not be happy about it. So it is advisable to always have some alcohol available, and if you don't, at least have some water. In this case it is actually not that difficult, because we have the river here, and they can go there and they can drink from that. So that's nice and fine and good. However, the river will... no, actually the river won't, but as you can see, all these ponds are freezing because of the winter. So they are going to get a bit short on water. Also, the only thing that sick dwarfs will drink is water, because apparently it is bad to mix anesthetics and beer or something. But water is essential, so if you happen to become the target of a siege and you don't have access to fresh water inside of your fortress, your dwarves are going to get quite grumpy, I'd say. So what we are going to do, we are going to dig and build a reservoir down here underneath the ground, so that dwarves will always have access to water. Now there are many ways to do this. However, the way I am going to do it is I think I'm going to dig a reservoir down around here, and then I am simply going to create wells that they can go and take water from. This simply means that I am going to go here, dig out a hole here, go down a bit, go down with 3 because why not, like this. Then I'm going to dig, actually just let's put a door there, and I'm going to create a rather large room. That's maybe unnecessarily large, but whatever. Yeah, like that. This is going to be our reservoir. Actually, I can dig one further this way, just to make sure I will always have water. The reservoir usually never runs out of water, at least not if it is connected to a river. It's good to bear in mind though that if you have an access to fresh water this way, that there might be a few creatures that sneak in from it, so just keep that in mind. Then I'm going to go up, just up and downstairs up to this level here. I am then going to dig a 2 wide corridor or whatever over here. Not actually that place, okay, like that. Then I'm going to dig from above and clear up these tiles so that I don't accidentally trap any dwarves in there. Now, there are a few things to keep in mind when doing this, because it can get a bit dangerous. The important thing to keep in mind is that dwarves can walk sideways, so can water and enemies and so on. lava, for instance. And therefore you can't leave any corners unmade because dwarves can sneak through them. However, or rather, water has got pressure in this game, meaning that if the water is 5 Z levels above you, and you then dig a channel that goes down a few Z levels, the water will be pressurized in that way that it will try to raise back up. I.e., if you happen to have a another what is it called, stair leading down here, for instance this one, it is going to go up here and into the fortress, which is not good. There are a few tricks to stop this. The most easy one is to just eliminate this square here, because now the water has to travel in a diagonally, and this strips the water off of its pressure, meaning that it can no longer, or will no longer, try to raise up to its normal Z level. And you can see why that's useful, I am sure, because that means you can have this underwater cistern of water without being afraid of flooding your fortress. So what I am actually going to do is dig out this room, what's it called now again? The stairwell up to that said level, and then I am going to flood it and fill it in. Also, I'm going to place a wall here just to make sure that nothing gets through. Now, the underwater living things can climb through wells, so it is advisable to either put a grate somewhere in the canal, which is bringing you the water, or make sure that your well is like 2 Z levels above your cistern, so that it goes through or down 2 Z levels, and then that you have a grate in between them. It won't stop the bucket from going down into the water, but it will stop animals and other fell creatures from getting into your fortress. So I think I'm going to place a grate up here, meaning that I have to create one. Right, that's how it works. Let's see. I do not have a metalsmith yet. That is a bit annoying. But let me see that I am certainly gotten someone on it. I do, yes. Let's put him as well. Like that. I'm actually going to make sure this guy is going to go and build it. So I'm going to disable the hauling for him. That. Commit that. Good. And there we go. So now he should probably go and build a metalsmith place, and then I can build a metal grate. No, I actually can't do that. I will have to melt some metal. I'll make a wooden grate. I think I can do that. Floodgate, nope. Nope. Great, yes. So construct a wooden grate. And do the task now. Thank you. I actually need 2, so might as well assign 2. Because it's too wide, simply. There we go. Do it now. There we go. And this is just good to have, just in case you would be besieged and not have any access to fresh water. So it's good to have a cistern that you can fall back on and will provide you with fresh water. So right now the dwarf is digging out here. Now it is suicide to have the dwarves dig out into the water from here, because the water will, maybe not at this level, but it will come really quickly, fill this up and then rush down the stairs and probably trap a few dwarves. Killing them. So we don't want that. Meaning that I'm going to dig out from above. It's simply much safer. So I'm also going to now build the wall grates. There we go, W. So I'm going to place one here, and I'm going to place one here. These are going to stop access and allow me to get the dwarves, or rather just protect from having aquatic creatures entering through the system, which it can happen, definitely. And if that were to happen, well, I am quite certain you can see where that could be bad for your fortress, especially if you don't have a militia made up or something. It's just a good idea not to let why did he bring that bar over here? That's weird. Why is this here? Isn't that supposed to be over here? What? Why did he bring that bar over here? What is going on? Oh, I see the problem. Forbid that. Forbid that and that. I think that's fine. Well, anyways, I'm going to have to put a cut in here, but thank you very much for watching, and the next time I think we're going to create this, this, what's it called, channel. So, thank you all very much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye bye.